Itsho elokhwitsho mbukeli masibulise ngalentsasa umhla wama-22 nanjengoko kaloku ngolwesine bekubhengezwa iziphumo zematriki zeke ngolwesihlanu zakhutshwa. Namhlanje ke siza kuxila kubafundi abathe bagqwesa kumaphondo ngamaphondo neza kuthi ke senze udliwano-ndlebe nabo ukuze ke basixelele ngempumelelo yabo kunye nokuba ke zeziphi izifundo abazawuthi bazenze kwinqanaba lemfundo enomsila. Akuphelelanga apho mbukeli, ibafana ibethe inambibia yaqoshela ngayo sithi halala. Ukuba banzi ke ngoku nokunye hlala nathi apha ekhaya Jikelele Day bengula mzuzu wokugqibela. Ndimlo ke unonkanyezi inkanyezi nomsantsa phakathi kwezinye umadlongothi umazipho umamshukuma umazondwa ngezinto zakhe. Molo mbukeli, molo mamtshali,
molo nakuwe kholosa. Mbukeli ndasho laqala ke uhlelo lwingqayizivele ingqalabutho ke ingqophamlando yohlelo lisidlo sasekuseni ekhaya Jikelele. Ingane yaba babaze isasesiswini kunina bathe besathwele izandla ekhanda yenze ibukwayo uma ifika emhlabeni yazamazama isabaningi bathe besathi hawu ingane njani le yabe sigaqa ngamadolo emva kwalokho yasukuma yagijima. Namhlanje ke mbukeli ke ingxenye enkulu yohlelo lwethu izobe igxile kakhulu kulabo bafundi ke ababashaye bonke emakhanda ezifundazweni njengoba phela bekukhishwa imiphumela kaMatric. Sikuphathele iqengqeke lapha ke ohlelweni ekhaya Jikelele. Igama lami nguNonxolo komwali uMantshinga ihlabana limhlophe qwa intokazi yale ondini ngasesishamthetho sesifundazwe esidala. Sawubona mbukeli, sikubingelele sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ke uhlanganyele kanye nathi. Ake sibheke ihamba phambili kuleli hora.
It's going to be a year for the IFP, and from what we hear on the ground, many people across the country will be rooting for the IFP.
Kuyabe kushiyana ukwenza amaqenjini ezombusazwe njengoba ezobe egaya amavoti nje. Iqembu iIFP lizonikela ke enkundleni yezemidlalo iMoses Mabhida eThekwini liyoqomisa amavoti ngenyanga ezayo.
Abazali bathi ukusilela kotitshala intsusa amabandla yezinga eliphansi lempumelelo kwisikolo samabanga phakamileyo iHomevale eKimberley. Iqela le-IFP lithi kwenziwe izicwangciso zokuphehlelela umqulu wezithembiso kwibala iMoses Mabhida ngoMatshi kulo nyaka. Umbutho i-EFF kunye ne-ANC ziza kuphehlelela umqulu wezithembiso wazo kule nyanga izayo.
Ukugcwalisa inkundla sekuphenduke umdlalo ukuzizwa amandla kumaqembu ezombusazwe. Amaqembu amathathu kwamanye amakhulu kuleli azosingatha imicimbi yokwethula izithembiso zokhetho kwaZulu Natali okuyisifundazwe esingesesibili ngobuningi babantu kuleli. Leli qembu lithi libheke ekutheni liphinde liphathe isifundazwe ngemuva kokuhlwithwa yi-ANC ngonyaka u-2004. Ithi lolu khetho lungoluhlabahlosile njengoba ifuna ukuyibonakalisa ebalazweni lezombangazwe.
Ukubambisana ke neziphathimandla zasestadium basibekele ke inombolo njengoba sazi istadium sithatha u55,000 wabantu. Sizimisela ukuthi istadium sesigcwalise nje impela futhi sizokuqinisekisa ukuthi siyayikhanda nalokho kubizwa ngokuthi ama-overflow areas ngoba sifuna kube khona umuntu ozoba nebhadi lokungawuzwa umyalezo we-IFP.
Leli qembu lithi ukwethulwa kohlu lwezithembiso zezokhetho ngoNdasa kuzonika amalunga leli qembu umhlahlandlela kanjalo nomkhombandlela namaso okulwa nenkohlakalo nokuhlinzeka ngezidingo nqangi kubantu.
That's where you will hear exactly what the IFP has in mind to ensure there's clean governance, no corruption, and we put the country and particularly KZN back on track.
Lo mcimbi wokwethulwa kwezithembiso uhlelelwe umhla zili-10 ngoNdasa enkundleni Moses Mabhida. Eindabeni za-SABC nginguvusi Khumalo eThekwini.
I-ANC eMpumalanga iqinisekise ukumiswa kwamanye amalungu eqembu kulesi sifundazwe afaka phakathi nomgcini mafa weqembu esifundazweni uMandla Msibi. UMsibi nabanye ababili ababhekene nezinsolo zokuphazamisa izinhlelo zeqembu ngesikhathi libungaza iminyaka eyi-112 lasungulwa.
Umsibi nakubeni enqunyanyisiwe uza kuqhubekeka nomsebenzi wakhe njengomphathiswa wensebenziswano ngohulumento nemicimbi yemveli kwiphondo. Ngokusho kanobhala walombutho kwiphondo kuza kuxhomekeka kwiziphumo zenkqubo yoluleko lwangaphakathi nolungakhokhelela ekunqunyanyisweni kwamanye amalungu.
Thathu abamisiwe manje. So ngenzeka nakuhamba iqala kube khona abanye ababizelwa khona enkundleni kodwa kwamanje isinqumo singanaba la ukubonakala khona ukuthi nasibuka kukhona ubufakazi ukuthi kukhona ebengafuna bakuphendule baziphendulele bona bazikhulumele bona nenhlangano yabe-ANC and futhi lo hlelo le-DC lindlela ukufundisa thina abaholi namalungu we-ANC ngokuziphatha uma ngabe silenze asindlela nje lokuphanisha lokujezisa kuphela abaholi bakakhongolose.
Amalungu anqunyanyisiweyo aza kuvela phambi kwekomiti ezoluleko lombutho kwiphondo kungensuku zatywala.
Abanye abazali kwisikolo samabanga phezulu iHomvale eKimberley eMntla Koloni bathi ukusilela kotitshala kwesi sikolo kukhokelele kwizinga eliphansi lempumelelo kwimatriki lomyinge ka-21%. Bakholelwa ukuba esi sikolo ngesiqhube ngcono ukuba isebe lemfundo kweliphondo belixhase abafundi ngokuqinisekisa inkqubo yokufunda nokufundisa efanelekileyo.
Kubafundi ababengamashumi-71 bematriki ababhale imviwo zokuphela konyaka kwisikolo samabanga aphezulu iHomvale eKimberley, abazali babafundi abangaqhubanga kakuhle bazityane igila ngelithi kumele kuxhaphagxabhiswe ngongenelelo lokuphuhlisa iziphumo zalo unyaka.
I'm really disappointed that my child didn't do it, checking with the pass rate of their school, but he fell and then he just have to brush himself off and do better. There is always supplementary, he can do better.
For Homvale to get 21% now, it's a disgrace. To us as parents, it's a disgrace to the broader community of Kimberley as a whole.
Abakulawulo lwesikolo iSGB babeka ityala isebe lezemfundo lephondo ngokurhuqa phansi kweqondo lokuphumelela kwabafundi.
We were undermined as the parents of Homvale High School because they were supposed to give us a report on what is happening so that we can go and get assistance or do whatever we can do.
Ukanti isebe lizikhusele ngeligxininisayo elithi linikezile inkxaso edingekayo kwesi sikolo ngekambe livakalise ukudana ngeziphumo zematriki zezi sikolo.
The department has provided much needed support to this school over the recent years to improve the learner outcomes and to create a conducive environment for learning and teaching. Nowhere in the province do we have in any of our schools a classroom without a teacher. The department is analyzing the 2023 matric results as it relate to per school.
Iphondo laseMntla Koloni liphumelele ngezinga lomyinge ka-75.8% lisemsileni kwilizwe jikelele.
Kuphinde kwatsha esinye isakhiwo ekuhleliwe kuso ngongekho mthethweni kumbindi wesixeko saseGauteng kusweleke abantu ababini kulomlilo uqhambuke kwisakhiwo esikwikona yesitilato uCommissioner noNugget. Amapolisa ke abambe wasetyhini ekutyholwa ngokuba uqale lo mlilo esebenzisa amazinki ngaphakathi kwesi sakhiwo. Konzakele abantu abaliqela kwaye ngabantu abangaphaya kwe-150 abathe bashiyeka bengenandawo zokufihla intloko.
Esi sakhiwo sinemigangatho emibini sesinye sezakhiwo ezintunyekwe ngomlilo kumbindi wesixeko saseGauteng kwiminyaka engaphambili. Ezi zakhiwo ziquka iBank of Lisbon ngo-2018 nesakhiwo esitshye kulo nyaka uphelileyo kwasweleka abantu abangama-77 oziboneleyo utyhola ngokuba owasetyhini ugalele iparafini kwityotyombe lomntu athandana naye elingaphakathi kwesi sakhiwo ze walitshisa. Kuvulwe ityala lokutshisa ngenjongo zokonakalisa kwaye useluvalelweni lo wasetyhini otyholwa ngesi senzo.
Around 4:30, there's a lady who came fighting with his man. And then Munnakhaya mmolela gore no, re tla bua o seng ke robetse. Hey, bula. A tswa e batla le parafini mosadi a tshela parafini. Nna be ke tswa ke re ke kwala metsi mo ke tshela metsi kanti the fire is already up.
Abacima imlilo bachithe intseni yanamhlanje bezama ukunqanda ukunwenwa kwalo mlilo bakwazile ukucima lo mlilo phambi kwemini nje.
The windows are shattered and the first floor is fully gutted, and the structure itself it's questionable. At this moment we are going to get a structural engineer just to check the integrity of the structure, but we have spoken to the community and their leaders to say that they cannot go back to reside in this building.
Usodolophu wesixeko saseRhawutini uMnumzana Kabelo Kwamanda uthi iofisi yakhe imaxhaphetshu izama ukuhlangula izakhiwo ekuhlelwe kuzo ngongekho mthethweni kwesi sixeko, kwaye uthi abantu abahlala kwezo zakhiwo baza kufunelwa indawo zethutyana zokuhlala.
The administrative team have assured me of the fact that we have undertaken a process whereby we, through our safer city strategy, will identify non-compliant buildings, and in those non-compliant buildings we'll then be able to make a determination as to the course of action that the city is going to take. But we are adamant that many of these buildings need to be expropriated by the city, because not only are they using our services but they are not paying.
Owasetyhini otyholwa ngokuqala lomlilo kulindeleke ukuba avele enkundleni kungekudala.
Enkosi kakhulu ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya jikelele. Bukeli ke njengokuba ke kwiveke ephelileyo bekubhengezwa iziphumo zebanga leshumi, namhlanje ke sithe masilandele abo bafundi bagqwesileyo kumaphondo ohlukeneyo. Sibonile ukuba ingaba asenzanga bulungisa ukuba sinokuqala ngaye uMelisa Mula obethe abafundi bonke apha eMzantsi Afrika. uMelisa ke befunda kwisikolo samabanga phakamileyo iRenish Girls eSpellenbosch eNtshona Koloni. Oludliwano ndlebe mbukeli sizawulenza ngolwimi lwesingesi kuba ke uMula akaluva ncam ulwimi lwesinguni. Mula, congratulations on this big achievement. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And yourself?
I am great, thank you. I want to understand, Melissa, I mean, when the results were announced, was it something that you expected? How did you feel?
I mean, I was completely overwhelmed. I think I was saying in all my interviews that I was still shaking. But now that it's a few days later and I've had some time to reflect, I think I'm just so excited to see what doors is open for my future.
Yeah, we are so excited for you here at Ekhaya Jikelele. I mean, Melissa, can you tell us more about your journey in school? How was it? Because, I mean, someone will think that, I mean, this was overnight success, not knowing that there was a lot that was going behind the scenes. Tell us about your journey while you were in school.
Yes, I think, I mean, it took a lot of hard work, and it's not something that started January in my matric year. It's been building over the years, and I've developed a good work ethic and time management skills, and I think that really got me through the matric year. And I mean, I've been preparing for my finals for the past 2 years now, so...
Wow. You speak about, I mean, acquiring time management skills, which is something that is very crucial when it comes to exam preparations. You know, I want you to take us through your exam preparations. We know that there seems to be a lot of distractions. How did you find balance and also develop your work ethic, I mean, when you were preparing for your exams?
I think, I mean, finals comes with a lot of pressure just because of the emphasis that is placed on your final exams, and I prepared myself for this by studying extremely hard for my prelim exams so that I would just feel more at ease during finals because you've already tackled all of the work and you know that you understand the concept. And I think just implementing balance in my life was so important because I play a lot of sports, and I think without sports I wouldn't have achieved what I have achieved because I'm not someone who can go to school for 6 hours and then go study straight after. I need a bit of a break, and I think sport brought this into my life, and I think that's very important.
Quite profound. You know, it's a very small percentage of people that can actually comprehend, you know, the very necessary information when it comes to exams. I want to understand, Melissa, I mean, how did you organize your study space and also minimize distraction?
I mean, I always kept my desk very neat. There's only a few pens and pencils on there, so I think a clean slate for me was important. But also, I changed study venues in our house because I get bored of just one wall. So I studied in my room, I studied in my sister's room, I studied in my parents' room. I mean, it just made it a little bit more interesting because otherwise it does get very repetitive and boring.
Yeah, and after finishing your exams, what is going through your mind? I mean, looking back on how you wrote, were you confident that you really aced it?
I mean, I was confident, and I think the exams went well. There was not anything that, because afterwards my friends and I always discussed the paper, and there was nothing that I saw that I did wrong or that I did completely differently to them. So I think that set me at ease a little bit. But I mean, this was completely unexpected. I didn't prepare for this.
Yeah. Melissa, we can't shy away from the anxiety that comes with waiting for results, in as much as you are confident, but you're kind of hoping that everything goes smooth. I mean, did you have any anxiety while waiting for your results? And what were your expectations?
I mean, yes, definitely. There was a lot of anxiety waiting for the results. Every time my family brought it up over Christmas, I kind of didn't want to speak about it because the pressure is just, it does get overwhelming. I kind of just try to cast it out of my mind for a little bit.
Wow. And why is it important that, I mean, you use the space and the teachers in your disposal while writing and preparing for your exams? Why is it important that, I mean, you don't run this journey solo?
I mean, there's strength in numbers. So using the resources at your disposal, the teachers are there to help you. And I think it's very important to ask if you do need help. Because, I mean, they are prepared. They have a lot more knowledge about the subjects than you do. And if you just ask them, if you go to them, they will go the extra mile for you.
Wow. You are the country's top learner. And I'm sure your family, your friends, they are really excited for you.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. I mean, I understand that, I mean, you'll actually be pursuing your studies, you know, at Stellenbosch University. I mean, how did you come about to that concept?
I mean, I've grown up in Stellenbosch my whole life, and my mom works at the university, so it almost seemed natural just to go there.
Mechatronics engineering, is that where your passion lies?
I think my final passion lies in biomedical engineering, and that's something that I'll pursue postgraduate. So I'm going to have an undergraduate in mechatronic engineering and a postgraduate in biomedical engineering. And I'm so excited to see what the combination in those two can do one day.
And Melissa, I want to understand, I mean, how are you willing to use this victory? I mean, this is a massive success, not only for you, but you're representing your entire school, the entire province. I mean, we're talking about South Africa here. How are you hoping to use this victory to further inspire learners that will be entering academic 2024?
I think just putting myself out there, and I'm pursuing a degree in engineering as a woman, and I think just inspiring more women to enter STEM-related fields, that would mean a lot to me.
I mean, this is a male-dominated space. I mean, what are you hoping to change? You know, what difference do you want to bring in this engineering space?
I think I have a unique perspective where I want to apply engineering in the medical field, because I'm so excited to see what the combination of mechatronics, biomedical, and maybe a bit of AI can bring into this new innovative field.
And speaking of AI, we understand that now we are in the fourth industrial revolution. Do you feel that, I mean, how far are we as South Africa in terms of accommodating females in this space?
I think that South Africa is very open to accommodating females, and this is a journey that I also have to pursue. So I can't really give insight into that just yet because I haven't experienced it myself, but I will let you know.
Wow. Before we let you go, I mean, where do you see Melissa in the next coming 10 years, 20 years? How is the future looking like for you?
Well, I mean, I think this gave me a boost of confidence that I can finish my degrees, and I'm just excited to see how engineering can be incorporated into the medical field. So that's what I will be doing in 10 years' time.
Wow, amazing. I mean, sorry about that. Melissa, I mean, you beated students, I mean, in mathematics. I mean, that is quite amazing. And I know a lot of learners, you know, they struggle with mathematics. I want to understand, I mean, what was your secret to this success?
I think maths comes with a lot of practice, and it's also just a bit of confidence, because if you're going to be second-guessing all your answers during your exams, it just adds more pressure to the exams, and you're probably going to change answers that were right. So I think practice past papers and then just have confidence in your answers.
Yes, and I mean, talk to us about why it's very important to find a learning process that works for you in all the subjects.
Sorry, there was just a bit of noise. I couldn't really hear your question.
No, I was asking, why is it important as a learner to find a learning process that works for you, considering all the subjects that you're doing?
I think it's not about the time that you study or the periods of time that you study. It's more about studying efficiently. So if you are someone that works better in the morning, I think do that. I mean, I never worked late at night. I never burnt the midnight oil because that just wasn't something that worked for me. So I think find what works for you, whether that's recording yourself, reading your notes and re-listening to the audio, or writing out notes and reading them aloud. I think just find what works for you because that will make your studying more efficient.
Wow. And I mean, what was your favorite subject?
Well, math.
That's why you aced it. I know, I mean, the past few days have been quite amazing for you. I'm sure you received awards and certificates. Can you just share how was the last days for you?
I mean, it was just so overwhelming, and it's not just from people that I know that I've been receiving a lot of love. It's been from people that don't know me, that find me on social media, and all the messages have just been so overwhelmingly positive.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us, Melissa. I mean, we are so excited for you on this success. You are really living a proof that possibilities are endless. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Right, imbukeli we-Ekhaya Jikelele lo ke ebesithetha naye ibinguMelissa Mula ongumfundi wapha eRenish Girls High eStellenbosch kwiphondo ke laseNtshona Koloni. Sithi halala ke kuMelissa yanga uhambo lwakhe lungaba yimpumelelo. Masithi ke qhwi sibhatala amatyala qiniseka awugungqe ubukele iEkhaya Jikelele.
Siphinde sikwamukele ke mbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele. Sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ke usahlanganyele kanye nathi. Njengoba wazi ke mbukeli ukuthi thina lapha ekhaya Jikelele asixini nje ngezindaba kuphela, kodwa siphinde sehlise ngomculo omnandi nangeinkondlo njalo njalo. Namhlanje ke lapha sivakashele uSamkelo wakwaMaseko. Uzoshayela inkondlo yakhe ethi Funda.
One day ngibhorekile emgacweni. Ngavala iphara uqobo lakho usikhotheni. Ebengilazi ebengifunda nalo esikolweni, ebengithatha njengobhuti omdala nangesibonelo ngophumelele efundweni. Ngalibuza kuphelelepi zimashani ngempilo yakho, wenzakaleni ngamaphupho nangokusha bakho. Ngaqhunyelwa ekhanda zehla inyembe ezingenqamazo ephara, okwangikhuthaza ukuthi ngibhalele inkondlo futhi ngidlulise umlayezo nombono. Libe lithi kimi, it is true ukuthi ukubaleka kwento kubona sekudlulile kuwe. Ngenqeba uhula nangokudlala ngegeja kuziliwe. I wanted it all mfethu njengawe. Kodwa manje sekwashabalala. Ekhanda sathathi kahle sokwaduma usizi nendlala. Imbila siyasola umsile ngokwelezela. Ingwe siyadla umniniyo. Engizokutshela kona mfethu ukuthi khipha imali nabangane enhlizweni. Ubeke umzali phambili nasengqondweni. Amazwi akajule njalo nasenhlizweni. Nakusasa ngibonga ngekulala emgaqweni. Uma ungabeki iziloko zomzali nemfundo phambili. Ungalokothi uphandu kwele ikhanda ngezinto zomhlaba besikhovu ucabanga ngabili. Ngoba amaphila nkana afele enkanini. Umhlaba yahlaba unamagajagaja. Namuhla sokwaba nzima ukuthi intendelele uwele enkundleni. Ngenxa impilo yayengekhetha ukuchaza nokuyicishelele edakamizweni. Khohla mfethu uqame esikoleni. Usiza uhlomo uhlasele ngepeni. Ungasineki ungabhekanga uzophefumula ngenxeba la emhlabeni. Qaphela mfethu athi ngibeke esithombeni. Ngoba impilo ayilula indlela yakho idlula ngasomeveni. Uyazibona lezi bazi ezila esandleni. Kuthi umuntu ufa ngesikhali bephila ngaso. So vele mina inhlava yogcina ebuchopheni. Uma kungenjalo ukapa enxebeni. Mina nomntanga bamsasi ngamabutho esikhohlesana ehlomile. Kodwa buka namhlanje sesaphenduka umhlamba kalusile. Uzenzile kakhalele ukukhalela ozumekile. Nami ngiyafisa ukubuyela esikoleni, ngihlome ngihlasele ngepeni. Ngoba empeleni angisenalutho engisalele empilweni. Mhlawumbe ukuthula sengiyokuthola ethuneni. Ngoba ukwethemba izelo zabangani kona kungishiya enhluphekeni. Onkosi sami songadela umphefumulo wami ngoba ngikhubazekile ngicobekile nasemoyeni. Ngaqala ngisemncane ukubhuza amacebo, ngazichoma kumalunde ngingazi ukuthi ngisivalela indlela kumpumelelo. Lokho kwangihlaba futhi kwangigebhula umphefumulo umphefumulo kodwa sengahlatha ngedela ngathola amehlo mina ngangitshe ukuthi nginjula buchopho ngazi konke ukuhlakanipha sokungiflathele inkomo ngophondo inhlanzi sashela ngamanzi inhlambi safele emanzini iqilisela fele ebuqilini ngadla ilofu ngadla inkomo yasodwini ngendlela ngangiphatha ngawo umphakathi sengiyasaba nokwenana usizwe ebantwini inkunzi iqhunyelwa amanqindi phasi phezulu ngehla ngenyuke emasimini ukhala amabhungane zehla inyembezi zosiza ngithi akukho lutho eswini ayikho impunga yehlathi zithoba uzehlise ungalingi ucopisane nabazali bakho ukuze uchaza abangani bakho ngoba uyozifika kamgabhaduli kwambila mhlophe usingathi welifela iminyama kushabalala konke kanti vele nendlela yaqala ukhanya yaqala uba mhlophe ngaqala ngobisi inhlama yadliwa ezinja ngabeka abangani phambili abazali ngemva abazali bami bengithanda bengilayela ngenqobuhlongo ngandlebe nganginochuku agcina ke senginakthula ekhaya sikwebhane kwenkukhu nempaka kodwa buwo namhlanje umhlaba ungishayile ngilala emgwaqweni ebusika nehlobo ngibesa ngamasaka empeleni ngonile futhi ngibonile senyafana nomuntu ofile noma khelwane sebengiqathanisa nesithwane esilile ukuhlupheka sokungihleze embojweni impumelelo ivela yanyamalala emehlweni ngoba isukuthu kusenje siphelele eboyeni sengazama ukuguqula impilo yami kodwa ashabile kanye kwasha nasophondweni sengiyaphila ngoba kuyaphilwa kodwa uqhamsolwa bambudwala lahamba iliflama kwakuyikhaya sengakhohlwa nemvelaphi yami abantu sebayangibalekela ngeliququ lami sebengikhweza ngamagama ngijimi sichwenzi mbaleka ekhaya inkonyane ikhetha kusakhanya ungaloku uyifaka ezintweni ungaloku uzibandakanya hlakanipha ingwenye idlela emsingeni ucaphela abangane ehlobo ngoba bakhiphana endleleni futhi umuntu uqothula konke ngasefundweni bakhungeze emakhandleleni eminyama ugcina ungena esilingweni usala unkemile ungasayibona endlela yempumelelweni usala udangele kanjalo ebumnyameni ukhozo libamba ngoluzuzayo imbewu ihlalela ihlanga yayo mina senyafana nentwala yadlathilayo abaningi sabaphambana nezulu sebakugoqanyawo mina ngazi ukuthi ngisaphilelana ngoba ukho umehluko ngwenzayo ngokuphanjikela nangeqinisa kekho yophila nomphele emhlabeni mase kufika isikhathi sonke soyikhothi inhlabathi yasemalibeni bamba ikhono lakho liqinisa ngaseyifundweni ngoba umndeni uyajikelana noma abazali sebeliflathele emhlabeni sokusela inkumbulo nethombe zabo zile ngodongweni enyophinde kutshele kona mfethu ukuthi fasifindo ngaseyifundweni inkinga zakulomhlaba zohlezi ukuhlaba enhlizweni hlaba phansi ngendolo ungena emkhulekweni ngiyakwethembisa lezo nyembezi zosuku ekugcineni ungakhohlwa ukuhlonipha uyise nonye ukuthi insuku zakho zande ezweni ngiyafunga iminyango yempumelelo ezokukhanyisela indlela emhlabeni bese wenza la mina uhloma uhlasele ngepeni uma kungenjalo uzophelela emgaqweni impilo ikuzilele njengami ubosikhotheni ngoba impilo yasemgaqweni ayiqhumise emahleza izoqindizelela ekhoneni kuba ukuphela kohambo lwakho amaphupho namakhono angafezekanga siwagcibele emathuneni.
Enkosi kakhulu ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya jikelele ngoku ke sizoba nodliwanondlebe nomfundi wapha eFreystata noye wabamba ke indawo yokuqala kwiphondo liphela lo ke nguKamuhelo Musikidi uKamuhelo ke akasazi kakuhle isinguni kuba ke engowase Freystata ngoku ke udliwanondlebe lethu sizawulenza ngesingesi. Kamuhelo, good morning and welcome to ekhaya jikelele.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm super superb. I'm doing fine. And how are you?
Yes, we are great and we are super happy for you. Congratulations on this massive success. You surely deserve a round of applause. Tell us. You're welcome, Kamuhelo. Share with us, I mean, how was your last high school year? I mean, what is it that you remember the most?
Well, it was very tough for me, but I really think that what came for me was like the emotional support that I received from my parents and also my peers, and also the support that I received from my teachers at the secondary school, be it financial, with studying material and so forth. And also from the economic center where they were helping me out with my math and the physical sciences. Yes.
Kamuhelo, if I hear you very well, I mean, you mentioned your family and friends that, you know, they were very supportive during your journey. I want to understand, I mean, why was it important that you gain support from your family, from your peers, from your teachers? Why was that important, Kamuhelo?
I think it was very important because we all know that during the year we have our ups and downs. And during those times when we don't believe in ourselves and there's someone that you know what, you can do this, you can still go the extra mile, and you have it feeling. It just becomes a different game because they always make sure they're always motivated and they're supposed to do, and you never lose focus.
Let me cut you there, Kamuhelo. We seem to have a little bit of jealousy because of sound, but we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll come back to you. Right, Mbukeli, njengoko kaloku uvile into yokubana kukhona mani amagingxigingxi okuba singamva kakuhle uKamuhelo njengoko kaloku ebelana nathi ngomsebenzi omhle awenzileyo. Siyafuna kaloku into yokubana simbhiyozele kakuhle ngaphandle kaloku kwamagingxigingxi. Masithi qhwi sibhatala ivenkile ungagungqi. Enkosi kakhulu ngokuhlala nathi nisabukele Ekhaya Jikelele. Ngaphambi kokuba sibhatala amatyala ebesincokola naye uKamuhelo otheke waphumelela kumanqwanqwa phezulu pha kwiphondo laseFreystata. Siphinde sazama kwakhona ke Mbukeli into yokubana siqhagamshelane naye kwaye ke ukhona pha emnxebeni. Kamuhelo, welcome back. You're still with us here on Ekhaya Jikelele.
Thank you, Hartman.
Yeah, we are hearing you loud and clear. Before we went to the ad break, I was asking, how was your journey? Your last high school years?
Well, my last high school year, it was very tough and pretty difficult to say the least. It required a lot of me, like being mentally fit and being able to tell myself that I can achieve all these things. And also, all the support that I received from my family, emotional support that I received from my family and friends, and also from the teachers as well.
Wow.
Be it financial support or helping me even with materials to study and stuff like that.
Wow.
And as well as the Kutano Center for helping me out with my maths and physical sciences on weekends, because it's very crucial as well.
Kamuhelo, you speak about something very important. You speak about mental fitness. And I know that, it was not an easy journey. Share with us, what are some of the challenges that you actually faced while you were doing your school years? And, how did you overcome that journey? Those challenges. And I want to understand, how did you use your challenges as a step ladder to success?
Well, the challenges that I had to overcome, there are so many of them. But to highlight a few of them, for example, have the load shedding crisis. And it's really hard to study in the dark, really. And especially for people like me, or students like me, where we study most of the time using our cell phones. They don't have battery most of the time. And most of the notes are in the phone. And yes, and also the water cuts here and there. Yes, now instead of studying, now you have to make a plan to get water, drinking water or either washing water, and things like that.
Wow.
But also because where I live, it's a very small house. We live in a 2-room house, and there's 5 of us. So everybody was really wanting to do that thing and accomplish their daily tasks. And here I would be trying to study as well. So that in itself is a challenge. But I used my background where I come from as my motivation, because I don't want to let them down. At the end of the day, I want to be able to build my parents a house and make sure that all my siblings go to school. And then, everybody is great. So that is how I used, and that was the fuel for my motivation for the most part.
Wow.
And so the support that I received from them, it was very crucial, because they would be like, no, you can study, we will take care of the water, and they'll try their best. Though they didn't have the money, but they would buy some solar lights, and they really went out of their way to make sure that I succeed.
Wow. Your story is quite profound, Kamuhelo, because you mentioned that you're coming from a two-roomed house. I mean, one would say that it was a dim world for you to shine, but I'm so happy that you used your challenge as a motivation for you to rise. I mean, here today we are celebrating you, and I'm sure, I mean, your family is so proud of this achievement.
Yes, they're very, very proud. They can't stop dancing.
Wow, Kamuhelo. I mean, did you really anticipate that you might achieve what you have achieved? And for anyone who doesn't know, this is your time to brag. This is your time to shine. Share with us, I mean, what did you get in the subjects?
In the subject, I obtained 100% in pure mathematics.
Wow.
100% in physical sciences. 100% in geography.
Wow.
And 100% in life orientation.
Halala.
And then 98% for life sciences.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, and 94% for English and 86% for substitute home language.
Wow, that is amazing, Kamuhelo. We are so excited for you. And I'm wondering and pondering that you were studying throughout. There was no time to rest.
Yep, there was really no time to rest. I think the trick was being able to start early because it has long been since my goal. I had written it down
Wow.
even before I achieved it. It was always there at the kitchen wall here.
Wow.
And whenever I'd get home, then it will always remind me, like, I need to achieve this and I have to study to get where I want to be someday.
That is quite profound. And I want to understand, I mean, the challenges that you went through. You talk about, I mean, you're not getting enough resources and you come from a disadvantaged background. What kept you going? What kept you motivated through the difficult times that you went through?
I really think my greatest motivation has always been knowing that my success would mean that I would be able to support the entire family in various ways. So I cannot lose because I'm really not doing this only for myself. People will really depend on me to make it. So I really can't afford to let them down.
Amazing. And I know the past few days have been quite exciting, but also overwhelming for you because, I mean, you were running up and down. I know that you also came here in Johannesburg and you had breakfast with the Basic Minister of Education, Angie Mutshekga. Share with us, how has it been? I mean, meeting other students who also succeeded. How has been the journey been?
Wow. It was absolutely great. I'm getting to meet the other students. And really, just being there, it felt like a real blessing because when you think about it, I made it to the top 34 in the country and out of 900,000 students who wrote for the final exam. So it was quite something in itself. And it was really nice as well. All the awards and the certificates, and all the goodies that came along with the achievement.
Wow. Now let's talk about your future plans. I mean, what will you be studying this year? How is the future looking like for Kamuhelo?
Well, I'm definitely going to be studying computer sciences at UCT. I plan on becoming a software engineer. So because we get to create solutions that can touch the entire globe. Because like your app, your website, anybody from anywhere can get to access those kinds of solutions. So it'll really help bring education to the masses of the people, even to those who are from disadvantaged backgrounds and so forth.
Yeah, amazing work. And we were just having a conversation earlier on with Melissa Muller. And I mean, she also wants to get into the engineering space. It looks like a lot of you want to get into this space. Tell me, what is so interesting about it? I mean, is it because now we are in the 4IR? And I like the part where you mentioned that, I mean, you want to empower your community, which is really good because you really want to use your success and your victory to inspire others. What is it about engineering?
Well, I think for me, it is the prospect of what it is able to achieve. Because, for example, your artificial intelligence, you're able to create nowadays your robot that assists with surgeries, improving success rate, self-driving cars, decreasing the road accident rate, and so forth. So, like the solutions which enable us as humans to go a little bit further than we'd be on our own, and it ensures a higher efficiency. And it's also very interesting as well because we get to solve these different problems, which is quite exciting. Yeah.
Yes. You know, there's this quote that I came across. It says, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can surely catch excellence. You are a proof of excellence, and I know that you have inspired a lot of learners in your neighborhood, but not only in the Free State, but also throughout the country. If you were to give that single piece of advice, to learners who are starting their grade 12 this year, some are feeling hopeless, some are feeling courageous. What's that one piece of advice that you'd give them?
I think the best piece of advice I would give them is really, first of all, you need to work hard. In order to succeed, you need to work hard. There's no going around it. There's no way of skipping that stage, that procedure, that process of putting in the work and putting in the hours. Will eventually ensure and make sure that you succeed. But then it is also required of you to have discipline. And by discipline, what I really mean is most will have their timetables scheduled out, their studying timetables, and they're going to be like, I'm going to study this or do this at this time. You should do that, whether it's raining or it is hot or you are tired or whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to have the mental capacity to overcome that and continue with your studies. So it is very crucial that you have a goal, because there will be those times where you feel discouraged or maybe you're not having a good day or your tests are not going as planned. But that goal at the back of your mind will keep you motivated, because at this point, in order to succeed, you need to have internal motivation.
Yeah.
And really, you can't wait for other people to motivate you. You have to, the drive has to be inner one.
Profound words. I mean, discipline, internal motivation. That's surely perseverance. That will surely create perseverance. Thank you so much, Kamuhelo, for joining us. Your hard work, your resilience, your commitment has surely paid off, and we are here to celebrate you. We are rooting for you. We wish you the very best in your future. Rise, rise, rise. This is your time to shine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Lo mbukeli ebesithetha naye nguye uKamuhelo Musikidi, umfundi ke wapha eFreystata obabethe bonke abafundi bematriki kwela phondo. Ngenene nangenyani sombukeli, xa uzimisele, une discipline, une internal motivation, ngabula Kamuhelo, amaphupho wakho ayakwazi into yokubana afezeka. Saqhuba njalo ke sibhiyozela abafundi bematriki. Masiriqhwike sibhatala amatyala ngaphambi kokuba ke singene kwiyure yethu yesibini.